I'm going to show you how to mix a vocal from start to finish in just about 15 minutes. We're going to look at how to do things like add EQ, compression, reverb, delay, do some automation to get a vocal from sounding really raw to super finished and polished. We're going to dive in and check it out in 1 second, but before we do, my name is Austin. You're watching Make Pop Music. If you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We do videos like it every single Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you want a chance to win one of our sample packs for free, leave a comment down below within the first 3 days of this video being posted. You have 72 hours. We'll pick one comment at random and we'll post it on our Instagram next week. Just leave a comment down below within the first 3 days. Let's dive in so we can talk about this vocal and how to mix a vocal. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the raw vocal, but before we do, I'll just let you know that this was tracked on the Lauten Audio LA220. It is their entry-level microphone. I believe it's right around $300, $350. I did not send it through any external preamps or compressors. It's just going straight into my RME interface, and this is what it sounds like.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece.
So that's what we're going to be working with today, and what's going to be really important about this video is I don't want you to watch the exact numbers or the exact plugins or the exact steps that I'm doing in this video. I more so want to go over my mindset with mixing a vocal and kind of how I attack each aspect of that. So I'm going to start my own little timer. It is 11:10 right now. I've got 15 minutes to show you guys how to do it. Let's dive in. So the first thing that I like to do when I am working on a vocal is I'll start to try to fix things that might have been an issue in the recording. This is a pretty decent recording. I'm going to solo it out.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that
So the first thing that I'll do is control things like the initial dynamics and some EQ just to kind of get this shaped up. So before we do any compression or anything, I'm looking at this vocal and I'm hearing it. It's pretty dynamic. So what I want to do is I want to actually go in before I add any compressors or EQ, and I'm going to do some automation. Now you could either do clip gain automation where you basically take these big parts and you cut them and you pull them down right here and then you crossfade it. You could do that throughout all of the big words, but in some DAWs, they make it even easier, and you can go in and you can actually click on the waveform, use something like this little pen tool, and you can draw your own little curves. And so I'll kind of just go through a vocal at first and just see any big major peaks, like this one's kind of, sitting up a little bit high. And the reason I'll do this is because as I add compressors, I want to be able to dial that compressor in to fit the entire vocal, but if you're dialing in the compressor for, 80% of what's happening and then you have those random peaks, you're going to run into this issue where you're going to have a compressor pumping, you're going to have saturation that you might not want. If you want all of that stuff, that's fine. But just to help you kind of clean it up, I think it's a little bit easier to go in and just manually fix some of these things to get a vocal that's a little bit more controlled. Let's see if there's any others that we want to cut. I can probably pull this down just a hair. We'll loosen that up over here. And so what I'm doing is I'm just controlling the gain first thing in the chain. This is before it hits any EQ, any compression, any sends. This will be basically affecting it kind of at the source of it. So that's feeling pretty good. And then I'll just kind of clip gain this whole phrase down like a 0.5 dB, 1 dB. And now we're going to get something that feels a little bit more controlled right off the bat.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
See, that's still a little bit loud. I'll pull that down about another dB.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe.
All right, that feels pretty good. So what we'll do now is we will start to add things like our EQ and our compression. I am working on a stereo track just in case I want to do any stereo inserts, but it is a mono vocal. The first thing that I'll probably do is just clean up this EQ just a hair, and I'll kind of go over my mindset when I'm doing this. So first of all, I'm going to cut out all the low end. I don't really need anything below probably 90. I'm cutting out everything below 120. And now we're going to clean this up. I'm going to control some of this low mid buildup and some of this like mid-range honk.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece.
We're going to do like a dB down, and then I'll also make this dynamic so when there's big moments, it can pull it down like another dB and a half.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece.
We'll control some of this up here.
I don't let
And again, we'll pull that down about a dB. We'll make this dynamic, and we'll make this one spectral, actually.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself.
I'm just trying to grab things that are going to pop out and poke the listener in the ear, and we'll do that before we do compression because I don't want the compressor to accentuate all these things.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece.
This is where that boxiness is. Let's actually tighten this up a little bit.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, or I should find help.
Add a little bit of EQ just to compensate, or a little bit of gain just to compensate.
I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
Cool. Now that we've got those, let's hear it in the mix. This is kind of where I'll start to listen to it with the track.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me. Maybe I should.
I think I can add a little bit of air overall, and we'll do that with a pretty loose cue.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God.
All right, that's feeling pretty good. Let's do our initial compression. So for this, I'll probably go for something a little bit faster, like an 1176. We'll use the blue stripe. I hope it just doesn't make the mids pop out too much, but we'll kind of just start by dialing in the gain reduction and then the attack and the release.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I.
Honestly, this vocal is pretty dialed in gain stage wise. We're kind of hitting it exactly where I want. I'm looking to do between 2 and 3 consistently, and then any of those peaks are still going to hit around -5. The reason that I like to do that kind of clip gain automation that I showed you at the beginning was because otherwise we're going to start really peaking this thing, and if your attack and your release are not perfect, you can have a compressor pump, you can have a compressor distort, and sometimes that's not what you want.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with.
All right, let's loosen up this attack a little and speed up this release a little.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself.
I'm actually going to speed the attack up just to catch some of those little initial transients.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece.
That's feeling pretty good. It's doing just a little bit of that compression. And then the last thing that I'll do is we can use something like a 2A. You could also use something like a CL1B, but I just want something a little bit slower and gluier, and I'm going to barely hit this one.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, or I should.
I'm going to do a little bit more peak reduction. This is going to give us a little bit more compression.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece.
So now it's gluing together a little bit more. We're going to add a little bit of de-esser because it is poking through just a hair. I really like the Waves de-esser. I know it's old, I know it's basic, but essentially I'll just find kind of where we're peaking, and then I'll just add that as the frequency. So let's see.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one.
So it's like a couple different areas. We have right around 8K and we have right around 4K. So I'll just start with 4K.
Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
Let's hear that.
Self that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep. Maybe I should find God, or I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see.
All right, we are going to go back to the high pass, but I'm going to loosen this up quite a bit.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see.
All right. Now, I want to do the stage that I call sweetening. This is where I'm going to add in frequencies back just to kind of give it a little bit more character. And I'll typically do this with something like an analog or an analog modeled EQ, saturation units. This is just to kind of give that vocal a little bit of extra dimension. So I have the Pool Tech by Mixwave, and I just have this on the tube makeup. And then we're going to kind of boost this low end, thicken the vocal, and then this will attenuate some of that like 150 to 250 hertz kind of mud in the low mids. So let's just dial this in.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
And when I'm working with plugins a lot of the time, I'll boost it all the way just to see what that frequency is really doing, and then I can dial it back from there. So when I'm starting, I might have it.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe.
Same thing with the top. Maybe we do a little bit of, let's see this 2K, a little bit broad, see if we can get some sweetener in there.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating.
So this is a really important distinction. A lot of people will say, well, Austin, earlier you were cutting around 2K up here. And yes, I like to cut a lot and do surgical with something like Pro Q where I can get really nitty gritty with it and kind of dial in. But something like a Pool Tech or an API or a Neve EQ, I'll boost some of those frequencies back because they're a little bit broader curves. You get some saturation imparted. And so this is not the same as just going onto Pro Q and boosting, 2K by 2.3 dB. That's why I like to use analog or analog modeled things for adding that sauce and that character.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help.
Let's attenuate.
So I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece.
Let's add a little bit of saturation. I think that that'll just thicken up some of the mids because my voice is pretty resonant in the mids. So I'm going to add something like a magma tube.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
Now let's hear without any of this processing.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep.
Cool. Now let's just add in the sauce. So we're going to add effects tracks. We're going to add, basically, let's do the Seventh Heaven, Professional, and this is going to go to our vocal effects returns. And we're going to call this send main verb. So that's how you create a send track or an effects track. And so I'll pull that up here just so you can kind of see what we're doing. But let's go ahead and let's add whatever reverb we want. I'm going to take this main vocal and I'm going to send this out to main verb. We're going to turn it on and I'll have it like right here around -10 and then we can dial this in.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with
So for this, I'm probably going to want something like a plate. We can go to plate. Let's try the vocal plate that they have in here. I love a good plate reverb on a vocal. And I might lengthen this a hair.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see.
Let's just do some low cut. I want to take out everything below like 250.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace.
And I want to take out everything above like 8K.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace.
That's feeling pretty good. If we go to advanced controls, where is our pre-delay? Let's give it a little bit more pre-delay.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let.
And then maybe let's just give it a little bit of a mid boost right around that like 1K, 1.5K.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God.
And then we can just adjust this. We'll turn that down. Let's try 4 dB.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see.
The last thing is, I feel like we're still getting a little bit of like low mid kind of resonance boom, only on certain words and phrases. So I'll go in with something like a multiband compressor, and we'll just have this trigger from like 375 down to like 100.
Maybe I should find God, I should
We'll set this threshold down a little bit.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one.
And we'll pull this range up to like 3.5.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't.
Let's add one little kind of slap delay. We're gonna do this exact thing, but I'll call this, let's call this like space echo. And then I'm gonna go in and just swap this. I'll use the new Stellar Echo from Slate, and then I'm just gonna go to my vocal again, my main vocal track, and we're gonna make sure that we send out to this. So we'll send post fader to the space echo. We'll have this over here, and then we'll just start to dial it in.
Maybe I should find.
All right, let's hear this.
Maybe I should find. Maybe I should find God.
All right, let's speed this repeat rate up. We're going to turn it to free. And we're going to have this pretty fast. We'll probably have this right around like 90 to 100 milliseconds.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version.
I'm going to give us some width down here.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself.
We're going to turn the dry through all the way down. I don't want any dry signal because this is on ascend.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see.
Let's go ahead and just filter out this echo just a hair.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help.
So now we can just turn that way down. Now we have a little space echo in there. Let's see if we want to filter this out.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help.
I'm going to clean up this reverb a little bit.
With a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by
And I'm going to add a little bit of saturation to this as well.
I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version.
And I'm pretty happy with that. That feels like it's sitting in the mix really nice. You could really keep going until the wolves come home. You could change anything that you want about this. But really, it's just all the mindset of control dynamics, sweeten up the EQ so there's no, big resonant pokes. There's nothing piercing the listener's ears or taking up too much space in the mix. And then really just start to add your own taste. Do you like a bright vocal? Do you like a dark vocal? Do you like something really dry? Do you like something really roomy? The rest is just taste. But I always go through basically the same exact steps of fix issues, sweeten, add sauce. That's feeling pretty good. Let's see if we can hear it versus the raw vocal one more time. So I'll cycle between the raw and then the processed.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece. Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece.
We could even turn this down a little bit more, go for drier.
Maybe I should find God, I should find help, so I can make peace with a version of myself that I don't let no one see. I buried it deep, but now it's eating me piece by piece.
And there you go. There's how to mix a vocal in just about 15 minutes. If you like this video, please make sure that you let us know in the comments. Let us know what videos you want to see next time. Make sure that you like and subscribe. It does help out the channel and the video a ton. And then if you want a chance to win anything from our website, makepopmusic.com, go ahead and leave a comment down below in the first 3 days. We have sample packs, preset packs, and MIDI packs that you can get for free. We also have courses you can check out if you like this kind of really in-depth instruction. Go check out the courses, but that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys next week. Much love. Peace.